Welcome everyone to another episode of Climate Conversations. I'm your host Ina, and joining me today are Lara, Dailene, Ruby May, Jenny Rose, and Michelle. Today, we're diving into the critical topic of climate change, and we have two special guests joining us from the Philippines. But before we introduce them, let's set the stage.
That's right, Ina. Climate change is a pressing global issue and is affecting every corner of the world. The Philippines, like many other countries, has its share of challenges. We've seen stronger typhoons, rising sea levels, and erratic weather patterns. So let's start by hearing from our experts in the Philippines.
We're fortunate to have two incredible female experts with us today. First, let's welcome Dr. Maria Santos, a climate scientist based in Manila. Dr. Santos, can you tell us about the specific impacts of climate change in the Philippines?
Thank you for having me. In the Philippines, we're experiencing more intense typhoons and heavier rainfall. Coastal communities are especially vulnerable due to sea level rise. Agriculture is also affected, impacting our food security. Climate change is not just an environmental issue, but a social-economic one for us.
Thank you, Dr. Santos. We also have Ms. Liwanag Cruz, a climate activist from Cebu City. Liwanag, could you share some real-life stories about the climate change is affecting people in your community?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yes, I recently visited a fishing village in Cebu, and the fishermen there told me how they used to predict the weather based on traditional signs. Now, due to unpredictable climate patterns, they often face danger at sea. We also see more frequent flooding in urban areas, displacing families and damaging homes. So these stories are heart-wrenching and remind us of the urgent need for action.
Those stories really hit home. It's essential for all of us to understand the human impact of climate change. Now, let's talk solutions. Generals, what steps can individuals take to address climate change? That's a great question, Rovani. Individuals can make a difference by reducing their carbon footprint through energy-efficient practices, conserving water, and supporting sustainable agriculture. Additionally, we should all advocate for policies that promote renewable energy and responsible consumption.
Absolutely generous, but it's not just about individuals. Governments and corporations play a crucial role too. We need policy changes that prioritize sustainability and reduce greenhouse emissions.
Well said, Michelle. It's a collective effort and we need everyone on board. Let's check back in with our expert, Dr. Santos. Can you tell us about some initiatives in the Philippines aimed at tackling climate change?
Certainly, the Philippines is taking steps to address climate change through the Climate Change Act and the People Surviving Fund. These initiatives promote adaptation and mitigation strategies, such as reforestation and disaster risk reduction to protect our communities.
Thank you, Dr. Santos. Liwanag, from an activist perspective, how can you get people involved and support these initiatives?
You know what, Nina? There are many ways to get involved, from joining local environmental groups to participating in climate strikes and advocating for climate-friendly policies. Together, we can amplify our voices and hold our leaders accountable for taking actions.
That's inspiring, Liwanag. Now, as we wrap up, what's one message you'd like to leave our listeners with regarding climate change, Ina?
I think the key message here is that climate change is not a distant threat. It's affecting people's lives today, As we heard from our guest, we all have a role to play in mitigating its impact and ensuring a sustainable future for our generations to come.
Thank you, Ina, for summarizing it so well. And a big thank you to our experts, Dr. Maria Santos and Juana de la Cruz, for shedding light on the situation in the Philippines.
That's all the time we have for today's climate conversation.
Remember, small actions can lead to significant change, and together we can combat climate change.
Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay climate conscious!
Thank you for listening to Climate Conversations. If you found this episode insightful, please share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe for more engaging discussions on pressing global issues.